Howdy pards, welcome to the RugerRanger channel. Today we got a neat gun to show you. It's a Montado Vaquero, made of course by Ruger. 45 Colt, 6-shot, and you can actually load it with 6 shots. It's got a transfer bar safety. It's not like the old Colts where the firing pin was mounted on the hammer and you had to leave a cylinder empty for the hammer to go down on so you could carry the gun. You can actually carry this with 6 rounds in the chamber. Single action, 3 and 5/8 inch barrel, kind of like the old Sheriff's model, except of course the Sheriff's models never had ejector rods on them. This has an ejector rod to get those cases out. It's one of the new Vaquero lineup. You know, the old Vaqueros were the same frame size as the Blackhawk. Considerably larger frame size and more hefty. These are pretty similar to the same size as the original Colt single action Army. A little bit smaller gun. Makes them a little more handy. They fit in your hand a little better and they're a little bit lighter. But of course they can't take the big heavy loads. You really can't put these, I guess they call them barrel loads in these guns. You gotta stick to something that's a lower pressure, under 900 feet per second more or less. Other words, cowboy rounds. But it's a great gun. One other thing this gun has that's a little different than the basic Vaquero is it's got a hammer that's more similar to the Super Blackhawk hammer. It's a wider checkered hammer. Makes it a little easier to cock one-handed. And the reason they did that is this was originally designed for mounted shooting. And in mounted shooting, you have to ride your horse down a course of fire where they've put cones out and balloons on little rods in the cones. And what you have to do is, when you go by, you have to shoot that balloon. Now what they use in those is they use blanks loaded with basically like a corn cob type media. So you've got that along with the powder that's unburned powder that may come out. You've got that corn cob to hit that balloon and pop it. So it makes it relatively simple to hit the balloon with a 45. Of course, when you add the horse into it and the fact that you're doing it on a time basis and you're trying to beat everybody else's time, it gets a little more difficult than that, but really is a great gun. They also have put these lines, serrations, on the front of the grip. And they do that because you got to hold the reins to the horse, you got to pull this out of the holster, you got to shoot it, and usually you're doing it when it's pretty hot and you're kind of sweaty. So it gives you a little extra grip. That's one of the key factors in playing that game, is to have a good, positive grip on that gun. Just a fantastic firearm, guys. Every now and then, Ruger runs through some of these distributors special models that are Sheriff's models. And you should keep your eye out for those because they are just fantastic guns. The Vaquero in this size, actually, believe it or not, is a pretty handy little gun to have. So, thought I'd share that with you today because it's one of the guns in the project here you'll be seeing out on the range. And it is a fantastic Ruger. Thanks for stopping in. If you enjoy this channel, please subscribe. Until next time, guys, go out and support the Second Amendment. Let's keep America free.